Namaste, angels. This is going to be the reading for the second Libra full moon. So we had one in March. People, I've been talking about it since last month because I noticed right away. But a lot of people have been talking about it now. There's another Libra moon. I don't understand why. Every 2 or 3 days, the moon moves into another zodiac sign. And so it just happened in this time to have come around to the same zodiac sign it was in this time last month is really how we got a second Libra full moon. That's really the long and short of it. Something else interesting about this moon is that it is the Paschal moon. So what the Paschal moon is, the reason Easter moves around is because it's celebrated in accordance with the full moon. It's celebrated the Sunday after the full moon. And so that would be today, which happens to be Good Friday also. The day on which Christians are celebrating or recognizing, not celebrating, the crucifixion of Jesus. It is also on the Hebrew calendar, the feast day of the fast of the firstborn. And there's a bunch of exciting stuff that goes on over the 2 weeks. Normally I talk about it during the full moon reading. I didn't prepare. So you know what? If I started to do the reading already, maybe I wasn't meant to talk about that this time. We're just going to get into it. So I'll be beginning with the King of Autumn. If I use these tarot cards, King of Pentacles, basically, I am going to use these. I'm going to use these first. And I'm going to start with Courage and more purple again. Been seeing a lot of purple for like the past 2 months. Fortune teller cards. I'm going to start with the Lovers. Numerology cards. Nature. I wanted to bring the numerology cards. Something said use them because they have pink. And it is the pink full moon too. I didn't mention that. That's why I did my nails in pink. Because of course as a Gemini, I am in part ruled by Venus. So I wanted to celebrate her. This deck has pink cards. Right away, I saw one of them. They're about abundance too, so it would have been nice if we got to start with them. I saw one, but the one that ended up on top that we could have potentially started with was financial discipline. It was a pink card with a purple Merkaba in the middle, I think it was. And then I shuffled again and it disappeared. Oh, wait, is this it? This is it. Isn't that fun? Oh, I forgot about this other pink one. I had no idea those were behind there, I swear. So yeah, this is the financial discipline one. It's a green Merkaba. I made a mistake. And also pink is spiritual career. So there's 2 abundance cards, if I remember correctly, that are also pink. And that I was hoping to begin with. Oh well. And Romance Angels, New Love. So let's get right to it. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm using and what I'm going to do with these others, but I'm definitely starting with these, my butterfly cards. Because I feel like when there's a full moon or even a new moon, like we're transforming into a new phase, like a butterfly transforms from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So begin with Courage, which is represents like Leo energy for me. Or it's akin to the Strength card, the way it feels. And opening to adult children. Now, I say all the time, adult children can be us, right? This can be something having to do with our parents. Or they can be our adult children. I know I've got some. Opposite Courage. I mean, whatever it is, if it's us or if it's actually our adult children, whomever it is they have the strength to face whatever comes their way, including situations that, financial situations. Maybe something will come up between you and your kids, some sort of shared finances, shared resources, joint something is going to come up and everything. Maybe one of you is a Leo specifically. We're going to work it out. Finances. And healthcare change. Maybe that's what it is. Like it's a joint situation between you and your parent, and like maybe like a nurse that somebody needs, or a nursing home, assisted living, something, new insurance that you didn't have before, new coverage, healthcare change, a new form of treatment. For some, it could be involving pregnancy, healthcare change, and family changes. Maybe there's an addition to the family. What do you call those animals that help you? I just saw one of those dogs, like for the blind. That can be what it is too. Like you don't have, not necessarily for a blind person, no. Whatever the assisted dogs that assist disabled people are called. I'm having a mental block, but I saw that with the healthcare change and the family change. Like a pet is a new addition to a family. Family changes, and volunteer. Volunteer. Those dogs are often like they're often like volunteers. They're rescue dogs that they use a lot of the time, and they turn them into service dogs. Oh man, that was gonna drive me nuts. I couldn't think of what it is. So something could be like that. Something can be like that, or volunteering again at like a nursing home or at a hospital. A candy striper or something can come up. And relationship dynamics. Now, volunteer, opposite relationship dynamics, is you being a willing participant, to play whatever role it is you play, whatever type of relationship this is talking about. You voluntarily doing what you need to do, as opposed to like kicking and screaming. I'll do one more. And self-care. Self-care is going to be important, especially right now. Because Venus in Aries is largely about self-care. It's pretty much completely about self-care, self-discipline, self-love. And that may include new career, which can actually be a job, or sometimes new career for me is just like a new like I call my man my boss sometimes. It can be like a new relationship, especially on the heels of relationship dynamics. And, career, it can mean different things for different people. Overall energy is sentimental feelings. This can be about something from your past that's getting your attention right now. You're really, really focused on this thing or this person. It can involve like a memoriam for somebody from your past. Perhaps they've passed on, and that's why you're remembering them. It can have to do with things that you lost coming back. In fact, last week in the general reading, I talked about stones and jewelry being lost, broken, and I heard back from a bunch of you. In some cases, right there on the video, you were telling me what had been broken, what had been lost. The other day I was driving, and this bracelet, which you can see has a toggle lock that goes through 2 hoops, not just 1, 2. I was driving, and all of a sudden it slid off my arm. And so right then and there, I started doing a video, yes, while I was still driving, about it. And some people commented on that video too, whether they commented on Facebook or on IG. I also posted it there. And were saying that they had lost jewelry as well. So what I've been suggesting is that people ask Archangel Chamuel to help you find it. He is the Archangel of abundance, unconditional love, and lost things. And when I say unconditional love, that's not to be confused with just love in general or marriage. That is Archangel Daniel. Very specifically, unconditional love, sort of like Venus's son, Cupid. What else? Yeah, so ask him to help you if you've lost something. But this card can be about you recovering it actually this week or during the period for which this moon covers, which is usually about 2 weeks. Divine being or couple. Recent past. Masculine's higher self. Near future. Blocks to individual or coupled progress or union. What the feminine can do to help herself with whatever, blocks or trouble she's having. What the masculine can to help himself. What the universe would have each or both do, and wants them to do, wants to help them with, but they have to first affirm, to it for the universe to give them that support and the outcome. Divine being or couple, seeking and finding. This again can have to do with lost things, or people from your past. You may be trying to find siblings and things, adult children, family changes. Because I've been feeling that for a while too. And actually, the last time I talked about this particular thing, it may have been the first Libra full moon reading, which is still available on my channel. And if you haven't seen it, you probably should, because that one was much stronger. It was also a super moon, the last super moon of the year. Actually, there will be no more in 2019. There had been an eclipse like the couple days prior to it, and all, so it was a pretty heavy moon. That may have been when Mercury entered retrograde and everything too. So again, I think that was the last time I talked about this seeking and finding and people looking for relatives of theirs, because that keeps coming up. And then as soon as I like the day after, I had on my Facebook like a couple of people. One girl was saying she was going to be meeting her aunt for the first time, and one was like looking for brothers, and I was just like commenting like, oh, I saw that in my reading. But yeah, it's coming up again, seeking and finding. So this could be a loved one, and maybe it's spurned by the, sentimental feelings. You miss somebody, and so you want to, see if you can get in touch with them. I actually said myself the other day to a friend that I was thinking about looking for somebody. I should look for so-and-so. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Stuff like that. But it could be attached to the tangible things too, and like the jewelry, jewelry, stones, stuff that just seems to disappear. And you're like, what the heck? Finding it, recovering it during this period. Recent past, family changes. Right away I heard divorce. Of course, that's not going to be for everybody. Some of us haven't even been married yet, but I heard divorce right away. So that applies to someone. But it can be any kind of family change. It could be a new addition to the family. Like I said, a child, a new pet, a service animal, somebody moving, somebody, so they're not leaving the family, but they're moving away from home or something. So there's a change to the dynamic, all that kind of stuff possible. New stepdad, I just heard. I guess new stepmom could happen too, but I heard stepdad. I don't know if that means that the person watching me is a new stepdad or they got a new stepdad. Either way. Masculine's higher self, speaking of dad. Oh, relationship dynamics. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's become a stepdad or something, maybe that's happening for a few of them, I would think more than one for it to be so prevalent. But whatever it is, relationship dynamics on the mind of the masculine. Right atop family changes. Near future. Windfall. So this is abundance. It can be abundance in any form. So it can be abundance having to do with love and emotion. And it can be a bundle, like a baby, bundle of joy. And or, money and the material. Just the windfall of abundance. Feeling good. Maybe luck. Windfall and seeking and finding. Windfall in that regard. We have them crossing here. But what are the blocks? So again, individual progress or coupled progress. The lack of just willingness to go and do it on your own. Maybe you're waiting for the other person to call. You're waiting for somebody to seek and find you. Maybe, well, she's got to call me or he's got to call me. I'm not texting first or whatever it is. You got to volunteer. Be a willing participant in this is your life. your relationship dynamics, your family changes, you got to be a willing participant. What can the feminine, other than that, do, other than being a willing participant, do to help herself? Moving. Like I said, family changes could involve somebody literally moving away or moving in. But this can be metaphoric too. You know, just moving on, maybe from a past situation, moving up in, you know, a career or something. You know, moving forward, beyond the past, leaving the past behind. What the masculine can do, realizations and epiphanies. So coming to, you know, realize maybe what he wants, who he wants, how he wants to go about achieving whatever those goals are. Maybe something from the past, like it's coming up and he's realized, he's putting pieces together, like, oh, now I understand. You know, sometimes in hindsight is when we finally get it, that, you know, something clicks. So all of those. What the universe wants the two to do and wants to even help us with, but we have to affirm to do it. Join in. Sitting here, a top volunteer. Can you believe that? Universe, again, wants you to go willingly. If you feel like you're unable, ask for support. You affirm to it, you promise, and yes, universe wanting to help you to do that, to join in. And sitting next to relationship dynamics, it's like joining in together. That's part of the family change. It's crossing that too. Joining in, like becoming a family, becoming a unit, becoming a union, and the outcome. Welcome to the new. So a fresh start for everybody, however this plays out for you. From the perspective of the masculine, I think I want to look at karmic relationships, and I'm going to use these. That just came to me. Yeah. Hashtag creepy deck. That's what I'm going to use. From the perspective of the masculine, I'm going to use the hashtag creepy deck, beginning with past love. Opening to passion, which is a very like a Two of Wands kind of card with all this red fire. And we have the two people here in a tight embrace. That can be what somebody's feeling sentimental about, nostalgic about. I miss that person. I wish I was free of my situation, you know, my living condition, my relationship status, my family situation. I mean, this is why we need family changes. The freedom card tends to represent like the sign of Aquarius for me and other air signs. We literally have a woman floating in air in the clouds. So again, this is like fire energy, Two of Wands. Two of Wands in the tarot, the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. Passion. Past love again. I'll go ahead and cut since we've seen that past love twice. Yeah, but since that card kept wanting to keep on coming out opposite the Two of Wands type card, I think that it is somebody missing, you know, a past relationship is the strongest message we're getting. And coming to mature man, which can be an actual mature man as in age, a little bit older possibly, or even if he's young, he doesn't have to look like this at all. He could be a younger person, but a very mature acting person, maybe a mature sign, like Scorpio, for example. And then speaking of Scorpio, possibly somebody that is ruled by Mars, like Scorpio is, or Aries. So you have this sort of overbearing father, emperor kind of energy coming at you. Or this can be, since it is kind of like the emperor for me, you know, feels at least like that aspect of him, that fatherly aspect. It can be somebody that's, yeah, like authoritative. Maybe it is a married man or a father, or, you know, like the marrying kind, as they say, you know, marriage material. or perhaps a widower or a divorcee. Overall energy is long distance, so coming so closely after that passion card, which again for me is like a Two of Wands kind of card, and that past love card. This can definitely be about like somebody, a twin flame relationship or divine union that's in separation. Somebody coming back, like your past love coming back into your life. You guys revisiting the situation. Maybe the timing was off before. You're gonna try again. If it's, if it's not a twin flame or divine union, it could just be like, somebody from your past that you just feel like, again, something was off before, but you are connected somehow, like some sort of soulmate, and you just gotta check it out and see what's up. I'm sure that's connected also to seeking and finding, as well as to sentimental feelings from the last spread. For other people, this long distance card can have to do with communications from a distance, even like online dating, online communication. Because I'm feeling that Aquarius energy again that I just felt a moment ago with the Freedom card. I'm feeling it coming from this card. But often I see the Three of Fire here with this this boat with the 3 red sails, and the Three of Fire is about like your ship's coming in, but you might have to be a little bit more patient first. You got to wait a little bit, but things are lining up. Something might have to be worked out first because the water here is still rocky. And now there's sirens going off too, so there may still be some sort of issue and some reason that you have to wait. But something coming through. So maybe like you want to meet in person, but in the meantime, we got to talk online or something like that. All right. Divine Feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Himself. And the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender toward the union during, this period. What he himself is willing to. So again, this is like within the next 2 weeks. What the universe would like the two of us, or each of us, separate or together, whatever, to do, and wants to help us to accomplish it, but we have to first affirm is this one and the outcome. Divine Feminine, spiritual growth. So, like I was saying with the moving, remember moving came up for the feminine before in the last spread? It can have to do with moving up. I think I used the words moving up, like, and I said in a career or a job, but they could really even be connected to ascension too, and to spiritual growth. Getting lighter, maybe transmuting something, releasing, so you move up, you're floating up, like the picture of the woman, the Freedom card, how she was like ascending, literally. The masculine as it relates to the feminine during this period, it is past life. So again, we might be revisiting something from our past. All of these relationships, whether it is what's considered the karmic, because really they're all karmic. They're all karmic relationships. If they're a relationship that is of the universe, that is destined, that contains a lesson for you to learn, it's a karmic relationship. Even if it's, again, your twin flame or your divine union, whatever, it's still a karmic relationship. But karmic, in quotes, to use it in the derogatory way it's come to be known, that can be what's represented here. Any of those relationships can be represented here. And again, possibly... this is the masculine in this position, recognizing the feminine as somebody he's known before, and perhaps somebody his soul has known before. The masculine as it relates to himself, freedom. He's the one that wants to float and ascend and grow. But that's, again, this is the card I was talking about here, with the feminine like literally moving up. So it looks like they're both on par, and that's when we're able to come back together, when we are in the same dimension. Because when we're not vibrating at the same or similar and attracting at least frequency is when we just can't get together, and that, you know, it's when the separation happens. So if things are lining back up, and we're both feeling this way, it's a perfect time to revisit this past life situation, or situation from our past in this lifetime too. The masculine on the union as a whole, open relationship. Very nice. Now, it might not look very nice. You might be saying, that don't look, that don't look good. So those of you who watched me before and see me pull this card and say, ooh, that's good, you know why. It's because it comes across to me as a relationship in the open. See, open relationship in the 3D sense is, you know, when you're, you know, you have a connection or you're together, you're involved in some sort of relationship, but, you know, you're still doing whatever else too. You're, you know, living your life however you're living it, in spite of, or despite, or, you know, in lieu of, whatever, this relationship. But we're already doing that. If you're in a divine union, you're in a twin flame relationship, you're already doing that. You already have a connection, but probably still have some other life separate and apart from this person. You know, you may even be married and stuff. And so our traditional existence is an open relationship. So when I get the open relationship card, it comes across more so as a relationship in the open, like living your life, not in hiding anymore, like we normally do when we're, you know, from a 3D perspective. But, you know, living it, like living your truth, living life out loud and in the open and however you want to. So that's very positive. Ooh. Overall, boom. How's that for an overall energy? Twin flame. And it's sitting here atop this past life relationship again too. That the feminine seems to be trying to float to, and the both really. They seem to be trying to float up to this. So I like that. What the masculine would have the feminine do during this period. Oh, dating. And look at the full moon. This is like a 2 of Cups kind of card. So it's about joining in. He wants her to volunteer, basically, to enjoy, you know, this kind of energy with him. What he himself is willing to, give him something to talk about, maybe. It's here under the open relationship. So it can be like, I don't care anymore. Again, we can like do this in the open. And people are going to talk, let them talk. I don't care. I'm willing to let that happen. Because we're going to live however we want to live. Open relationship. He should avoid actual gossip though. So looking at the card a different way. And if he can avoid like 5 of Cups, not 5 of, well, yeah, 5 of Cups, that's disappointment, but that's not what I meant. 5 of Wands or 5 of Swords kind of energy, like conflict and stuff. If he's able to avoid that, he should too. What the universe would have the 2 do, but they'll have to affirm to it. It is Ice King. This is you being the master of your own destiny. This line here, it's like it totally goes together. This is the emperor, the other emperor energy. And this is like, he's the boss. He's, new career. I'm living my life a different way. And I'm in charge. This is my company. And I'm in the driver's seat. And I'm at the reins or whatever, the helm. And we're doing it this way. That's what the emperor is all about, right? That leadership energy, that control, taking back control from other people, that maybe have been trying to run you around and run your life for you. You're just not letting them anymore. You're just going to do things how you want to. This can specifically be, on top of that, an air sign, an Aquarius, maybe first and foremost, Gemini or Libra, like the full moon. Somebody ruled by Mars, so a Scorpio or an Aries. A Leo, fellow fire sign to Aries, Leo. That may be it. Or again, a father. So since this is going to be for the feminine or the masculine, I should say a parent, an authority or something. They may be also in their life. Whether you were or not, this is you taking back authority of your life now. And an outcome. Travel. So movement, flow, and we could actually be visiting people, especially since long distance is our overall energy. Finally getting together. So bringing into this distance. And you see here where the water was all like rocky. And, you know, it was on the horizon. It's like now it's arrived. Things are calm, still, happy, much better lit, right? The sun is shining, illuminated. Maybe some stuff that had been in the dark that we didn't understand what was going on. You know, there's clarity now and everything has come to light. But yeah, this can also be about getting together in person. Whereas I was saying before, some of the stuff could be online. Meeting online, maybe get to meet for the first time in person. Or getting back together. Revisiting a relationship. All those things can be with travel. Or it can be actual travel. Vacation and stuff like that too. Karmic relationships. I just was in the mood to look at. So I'm going to do another spread similar to the first one I did. Like the same kind of layout. Which is like my own personal cross spread that I invented. Yeah, from looking at the karmic relationships. Beginning with lovers. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. And actually, I'm getting that that's another meaning for that gossip card with the two. In cases where there is two, where there's like a love triangle kind of situation or whatever, or there's another party involved, there's the choice in you know, a path here. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So this is about you, again, living life how you want. You're in control. You're at the reins. Be true to yourself, not true to other people, not doing what they would have you do, what they would want you to do. And opening to beware. Be careful who you trust at this time. Yeah, today is Good Friday, so that's that Judas energy there. And fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Beware. And sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Should probably stop there because that's this energy I was just describing. But I was moved to open another one, and it is flowers. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. This can also be about, again, getting together with somebody. You know, you give flowers or you celebrate with flowers. When people get back together, they, you know, exchange gifts like flowers and things. Flowers. Thorns. Isn't this crazy showing up today? And of course, right away I thought about the crown of thorns, but that has nothing to do with the reading. Well, you know what I mean. Wow. And it's like over the sun. Isn't that something? The crown over the sun's head. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. Overall energy is star. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Okay. So again, this is going to be from the perspective of the karmic relationship. So this would be, you know, representative of anybody who's in the karmic relationship on either side. And the recent past, the near future, our higher self, blocks to our individual progress or union, what we as a divine feminine can do, what we as a divine masculine can do about our situation, what the universe would have the two do again. But they would have, and wants to help them with, wants to support them in, but they have to affirm, and the outcome. Divine being or person, love. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Okay, that's positive. So this is us, whomever's in the karmic relationship. This is the recent past. Look, you're right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Okay, so what's ahead? Near future. Plane. A journey is indicated, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. So we just saw travel, and this is like another card like that, travel. Again, it can be literal travel, or it can be just the energy of moving forward, moving up, ascension, moving in to a new place, moving out. Revisiting a relationship. Our higher self, fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. I think this is already depicting letting go of the karmic situation, period. Right, with being in this place instead of just pure love and being optimistic about your future and your plans, and then this moving, this plane, and now upheaval. So and instructions from our higher self to let go. Person may be a fire sign. Fire, air, earth, water. Specific blocks though. Birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. This can be actual children. Like, you're in this relationship, you're feeling stuck because of, children, marriage, that sort of thing. Also for some, it's fear, like fear of starting over, fear of starting fresh. Right? Some people have a fear of the unknown, fear of the future. And it's crossing this one that's telling us to let go of any emotional upheaval and to embrace, renewal. So this is talking to those people, especially saying like, let go of that fear of progressing forward, of moving. So it's also crossing the plane. Some of this can be a fresh pregnancy too. Like, again, like they're all set to get out of this situation. Romantic relationship that's no more or something. If they're in a new place, and then boom, they get this kind of news. And so it's like, well, now how can I still leave? I'm stuck, whatever. You're not stuck. Male or female, masculine or feminine, you're not stuck. What can the feminine do to help herself, though, in the situation? Beware and be careful of who you trust this time. You might be kind of on your own. And you may have to at least navigate things as if you're on your own until you're sure about who you can trust. And that may be tied to an earth energy, too. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. What the masculine can do. Boom. He's got his own devil. This is like, I was thinking like devil. And I think that's why I said Capricorn first, because in the tarot, the devil represents the sign of Capricorn. And we're having to beware. And the masculine's having to beware similarly of like the same thing, and it's devil. So this is also quite possibly a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But whatever a person's sign is, it's devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation or deceit. So what the masculine can do to help himself is, avoid temptation and deceit. Like get out of a toxic situation. What can the feminine do to help herself? Same thing. Like avoid toxic people and maybe do things on your own. Navigate things on your own until you're sure about who you can trust. What the universe would have the two do, but they will have to, and wants to help them with, but they'll have to affirm, is having a much happier life. Moving on from bullshit. Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune await. But you have to go toward it. And look at it crossing the luck. Right? More good fortune crossing this luck. But you have to decide that you're going to free yourself of the situation that's restricting you and go after it. And the universe will help you. If you affirm to that, the universe will help you, no matter how stuck you think you may be or you may feel. And then the outcome. Key. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. So not for everybody, but those who go willingly, those who want to join in, those who avoid whoever this person is in their life, this Judas or whatever, that's who and for whom a new beginning awaits. And it can, again, specifically have to do with moving or moving in together, a new home or something, with this key here and a doorway. And we see why the masculine or the feminine wants to move on, because the spread prior was, connected to the divine union. We got Two of Cups, we got Two of Wands, and we got Twin Flame. All right, divine union. You know what? I think I'm going to do advice now, because I got to do other readings too. I'm going to have to do the weekly love reading, the weekly general reading. And I've already done a sort of general spread here, a karmic spread, and like a love spread too. Let's just see what comes up in terms of advice. Is that all the decks? I think so. So from the romance angels to the masculine, further advice. Release your ex. Wow. I couldn't, if I tried, I couldn't have set these cards up like this. The time has come to clear your energy. So this is, again, that toxic relationship. Also, for some, this is about expression. It's about both, right? Release your, there's a need to cut ties from, a toxic situation and or relationship. But there's also a need to, express yourself. Again, take that leadership role, that emperor place, and, let people know this is what I'm doing now. And, like it or lump it, as we used to say when I was younger. Feminine, from the romance angels to you. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. I'm sure that's the representation of the sacred marriage. It's like another Two of Cups or Lovers kind of card. From the animal tarot to the masculine, the Princess of Summer. See, I knew I was feeling something about expression too. Pages or princesses bring news, right? And this one brings news of love and emotion, or guides us to spread news of love and emotion, to make an offer of love to someone. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. The Princess of Summer is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. This can be the masculine reaching out to somebody, or somebody reaching out to him, with something that's going to make him feel good. An emotional message, as they say, happy, joyous. Feminine, ooh, it is Major Arcana card 15, Ego, or the Devil. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus on material wealth and break free of negative thinking. So this could be not only with regard to the romantic situations, or it can be any living condition. We started out the reading with adult children and things going on potentially with parents. It could be about wanting to move and feeling stuck. How can I move? Parents, keep your thoughts positive, because it looked like from the cards things are happening this week. But if you're down in the dumps, like it said, people that are not willing to let go of the past, they're not going to get that key in the new beginning. So you have to envision things working out and yourself moving on and trusting the universe that it wants to help you. And that's how you're going to be freed of this kind of energy and be given an opportunity to maybe move or something. From the butterflies to the masculine. Dietary change. I think this is literal, actually. Usually if I feel something else and I give you guys a whole different meaning that has nothing to do seemingly with the card, but this time I think this is really about dietary change and or exercise, and just thinking about health and self-care, and so not necessarily food, but whatever you want to take diet to mean, things that you incorporate into your life, making changes to what those are, to what you ingest, right? What you take in. Feminine, sobriety. For some, this can be connected to the devil, and there may be some sort of addiction. And it doesn't have to be substance abuse. It can be food, right? It could be like you might need a dietary change, like the masculine, a toxic relationship, romantic or otherwise. Sobriety is about clarity and being freed from something toxic. So again, it may very well have to do with not only an earth sign, but a Capricorn in your life. And from the numerology deck to the masculine, karmic completion. Boom. But then we see that in the cards too. So masculine, if you follow through, those of you who are ready to let go of the past, you just saw what awaits you, right? The joy and stuff that awaits you. And feminine, for us, time out. I'm feeling this is a break. For some, this is a very specific message of like checking into rehab or like sober house or something. And working on that. For others, you might just need some time to yourself. Possibly, how can I get out of a bad marriage, a toxic situation, or a toxic living situation with a mate or a spouse, particularly if we have children. So you may want to spend some time on your own, going within and figuring that out. But there's a new beginning here. First of all, 3s represent spirituality. They represent abundance, creativity, and 7 is God. These two numbers together are very much about the creator, right? The creator, God. And together, of course, equal 10 or a 1. With a 0 behind it, which represents more God, right? God force. So that's the new beginning, is the 10. But you have to figure out like what that new beginning is going to entail. You're being given you got the reins. You're in control of your own destiny. So you're guided to go within and figure and spend some time meditating or on your own, figuring out what you want. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the moon reading. I'll be back, like I said, with the weekly general and the love reading. I've also been doing some numerology for people based on their first name, giving them like a gematria reading, something I was showing how to do, only $6 for those, and people are loving them so far. Like I had a couple people that got with them for themselves, and then they're like, oh, do my friend, do my sister, do my daughter, do my divine masculine, so I'm like doing whole families and things like that. And it's been fun. So if you want that, do also check out Divine Oneness if you're looking for any kind of support of holistic living, from other people on the journey. There's a bunch of us on there. Divine Girl Talk. Yvonne is still posting some really fabulous blogs. When my computer was away, I was having trouble like getting to them, to seeing them all, and but I'm happy that I'm able to do that a lot easier now. And I, recommend to other people that you guys do too. A lot of people get their questions answered and find support there on Divine Girl Talk. All right, I'll be back. Namaste.